Good morning, good morning. Yes, I'm standing in for Wendy. Hopefully, she'll be strong and up and about and join us when time comes. All right. Like you know, my name is Mika Valentine. Welcome to Relationship 360. I'm standing for Wendy, and of course, I'm not alone. I've got Barrister Olumide. It is more of his show, and he has his book well packed up. And of course, like he always does, he gives you that which is necessary. Mr. Barrister Olumide, welcome.
Good morning.
I'll hand over to you as usual.
Good morning once again, and thank you for always being there when you are called to service.
We are home.
And good morning, everyone. I want to thank you all for listening and tuning in from all around the world. It's not easy or simple to wake up every Saturday morning, put on your radio, your data to hear a man speak for almost 2 hours. I appreciate you and do not take you for granted. Now, the format of information I pass to you weekly has changed a little. Now I discuss according to immediate problems, when within the space of a month or weeks we start having increased incidents and cases on a particular matter, I will bring that matter to your attention. Today's topic, I believe I have mentioned and taught on it 3 times in 5 years, but it has started again. It is now so serious, and the title of today's topic will be title. That is when you are referring to the title of a property or an asset. Now, property is referred to in summary as any item that a person has legal title over. For example, houses, land, cars, appliances. And for property, the titles are referred to as, well, it could be one or either of the certificate of occupancy, that is what we call C of O, deed of assignment, land purchase receipts, deed of mortgage, etc. And also assets are referred to as things you own that you can sell for money. Anything that has economic value to the owner is referred to as an asset. That is cars, and for cars you have vehicle registrations, proof of ownership, and all that. So the problem here, why I'm talking about titles, is where the problem begins. And the problem begins where, for the man or for the woman, where the question, whose name should be on the title of purchase, either a property or an asset, when being paid for by a married couple. In law and business, a receipt is a document evidencing a buyer has purchased or taken possession of goods. Now, whose name should be on the receipt? Orthodox definition says the person who paid for a good or service should have their name on the receipt. It is for the person who pays, the buyer. But the problem begins when the man who is in an abusive marriage and begins to acquire properties or assets and puts in the title Mr. and Mrs. The problem begins when a woman who bought an asset but gave her husband the money and then he buys it in his name. She saw this, had an argument, but was told to forget it, that they are one. The marriage, but now the marriage is over and the man has claimed the property. The problem begins when the man has the land and then the woman builds the house on the land that belongs to her husband. Now the marriage is over and you cannot remove your house from the land, and then the man claims it as his property because it is on his land. The problem begins when the man has the land and the wife builds a school. Now the marriage is over and the man claims the property since the land is in his name. The problem begins when a woman buys a car. She wants to buy a car but gives the husband the money to help her pay for it. And now the man brings the car home, but the car is registered in his name. The marriage is now over and the man claims the car. The problem begins when a woman is told, when you get your salary, you take it and go and give to the man. And now it has advanced to some certain places where the woman's salary is now being paid into the man's account, and the man takes and gives the woman what he feels that she should have, when the woman's salary that she worked for is now being paid into the husband's account. The problem begins when, in fact, this was a fantastic one. I think I should just tell you the story. The woman wanted to buy a piece of land and then borrowed money from her cooperative. She took her husband along so that he would see what she wanted to buy, and she also felt that the presence of a man will make the Omoniles not take her for granted because she's a woman. So she brought along a man, her husband. The husband that day dressed very elaborately. He dressed very well, but the money belonged to the wife who borrowed from her cooperative to buy that land. So the man walked around, saw the land, liked it. The woman now transferred the money to the husband so that the husband will be the one paying for the land, because she felt like she should honor him so that it won't look as if, it's the wife buying property. So she transferred the money to him and he transferred the money to them that day. And when the receipt of the land was given, it was in the name of the husband. Everything goes along with the name on the receipt of the land. When you want to do your title, the name of the person on the receipt is what they would use. So, okay.
Right back.
Give me signal.
Welcome back. We'll take a quick break so that we can clear our throat, right? All right. Pastor, you were saying.
Okay. So, the man had all the documents of the land in his name. The woman didn't like it at that time, so she raised that how is the document, everything in his name? And he now said, he was sitting jejely. You are the one that dragged him there to follow you to the land, and you transferred it. He paid, and he didn't tell them anything, but they asked, because he was the one making the payment, they asked for his name, and that one is not an issue. But the church and the family was like, actually, the two of you are one. Don't worry, what belongs to the husband belongs to the wife. Now, 14 years after, the marriage is no more, and the man claimed the land that the woman bought, bringing the proof, that is the document in his name, to court. The lady now brought proof that she borrowed money from her cooperative to buy the land. And then the man changed that, yes, the money was from the cooperative, but she gave it to him as a gift, that the land was a gift from her. However, whose name is on the title is what the court will look at. Because you, for 14 years, knew that it was in his name and did not do anything. No formal objection. So therefore, now marriage is over. You now go and want to now change and say that it is yours, but the name on the title is his. There is a problem, ladies and gentlemen, and let us address it very briefly. Women, whether married or single, whenever you want to buy property, buy it in your name. If the wahala is too much, buy it in the names of your children if you have any. Whoever is purchasing land should have it in the name. Men, when you are married, you want to buy property, buy it in your name. You, especially when your marriage is early, you need to watch for the outcome of your choice for a spouse before you begin to assign property in their names. Some men have lost property to an abusive woman. Okay, we're
going to quick break again and then we'll come back. It's getting interesting. Right back. We're dealing with some little issues, but it's all going to be fine. It's part of it. Barrister, you were saying something quite interesting.
Yes. You need to watch who you married before you start assigning names. Now, for women, the only time you can put Mr. Frank and Mrs. Nkechi. Now, there is nothing like Mr. and Mrs. Let me put Val's name. Mr. and Mrs. Valentine. There is nothing like that, because if Mr. Valentine divorces you and marries another one, it will still be Mr. and Mrs. Valentine. So that has no name. You are not specified by name. You are making it by title. It has to be specific. Mr. Femi and Mrs. Nkechi Valentine. So they know that you are the Nkechi they are talking about, not the new wife or someone else. That is how names should be on any property. Your names must be specified if it is a Mr. and Mrs. Mr. Femi and Mrs. Nkechi Valentine. For the woman, the only time that you should put your husband's name is if your husband has already put your own name in a property that he has. For example, your husband has already bought a property and he put Mr. Femi and Mrs. Nkechi Valentine. Your husband has already given you an inheritance in case anything happens to him and made you co-owner of the property. Then when you buy, you can reciprocate. When you buy your own property as a wife, you can reciprocate and put Mr. and Mrs. Mr. Femi and Mrs. Nkechi Valentine as well. But women, if you have no inheritance, you have no shared ownership of property as a precedent from your husband, whether your husband has property or not, it doesn't matter. If you are wealthier than him, it doesn't matter. Put your name. Why? Let me tell you. We all marry and hope for the best. I don't think anyone goes into marriage with the mind that our marriage will just last for 4 years and we go our separate ways. No, we always go there thinking, okay, happily ever after. But that usually is not the case. You need to always have it at the back of your mind, though you marry with the best intentions, but best intentions are not what sustains a marriage or makes it successful. Things happen over time that makes a marriage intolerable and people separate in circumstances that you call irreconcilable differences. For example, your spouse becomes abusive, or for example, your in-laws start interfering and the marriage is so hot that you can no longer take. Then you decide, no, I can't take this, and you leave. But you have put, especially if you own the property that you are living, or you have properties, you have just complicated your own life, because now you have split properties 2 ways. Women are the ultimate losers, always in these situations, when they buy property and their names, it is not even Mr. and Mrs., it will just be in the name of the husband, and you say, he's my head, he's my crown, he's my this, he's my that, he's my king. Ladies and gentlemen, you are not a queen, you are Mrs. If your husband is the king, or your crown or your head. You can't be headless. That you don't have a head except the head of a husband. You are also supposed to be able to think. I understand all acronyms and things, endearing words to use to pacify or to glorify what marriage is, but there is what you call the reality of marriage. And this thing is becoming, a woman committed suicide just this year because she lost everything to the husband. Everything. The husband was very smart. The husband was very smart and made sure that she put almost everything in his name. He would always volunteer when she wants to buy. She believes so much in gold and property. Whenever she wanted to, he would always insist that let me follow you so that nobody can take my wife for granted. He was always hyping her. She would just entrust the transaction to him, and then he would come back with his name on everything, unknowing to the woman that he has another family. He has another wife. He has other children. And at the end of almost 9 years, another family just came.
That's evil.
People marry for different reasons. People marry you maybe because you will make their lives more comfortable. People marry for name, for title, for connections, for money. People marry for different reasons. And until you know why they married you, you cannot share your property, especially women. Men have a way, men at times they survive. They survive things women cannot survive. But this property is a very serious issue. A case that I handled 2 years ago, I wish I would put her on the phone. Jenny. She bought the car the husband put in his name.
Wow.
And it was a very terrible case of domestic violence where the woman had to leave the house and start sleeping in her restaurant. When it was obvious that she wanted to leave, it was a Camry, blue, clean Camry. She had taken, we have how many minutes left?
About 30 seconds.
Okay.
Let's take a break and come back.
Let's take a break and come back.
So that we can be able to get all the information that we need from Barrister. The Barrister, sorry, we had to cut you off there.
Yes.
Please, go ahead.
So, when the marriage got sour, the man now went and, started claiming stuff. And part of the things, he went to the state CID that his wife took his car and he tendered documents to the car that the wife bought with her money, but gave him to help her go pay and bring it home. She was driving when she was arrested, and the car taken to the state CID, and then someone called me for her, and we got there, and she said, "What? It is my car," and they said she should bring the documents showing that it is her car. That's how the documents were in the man's name. The car was, I raised some objections. She brought some documents on how she paid for it, but listen, it is the person's name on proof of ownership, vehicle registration, that owns the car. The police will not be helping you to see how you transferred money. It is whose name is on the car. That one, you can go to court to be dragging that one. And the car was taken from her, as in while she was driving, she was arrested like you were taking a stolen vehicle. You know how they would arrest you? Because he told them where she will be. And that was very terrible. So I don't understand. For men, after a while, when you are confident enough to put Mr. and Mrs., another way to do it is you can now do a will, and in your will transfer property to your spouse or children in case anything happens to you. I think the bottom line of a property is a legacy. When you are gone, it will go from you to your children, except it is for business purposes where you want to rent out or you want to buy and sell, but that one is for business. It is not personal. When it comes to private properties, I think it is for legacy to be passed on to the children. The children are the primary beneficiaries here. So you need to be very careful, especially women who lose everything because they were not meticulous to even, let's say it was even Mr. and Mrs. At least they would have had a share. But the man's name is outrightly on everything, and the same with men. Men will put Mr. and Mrs. and then the woman will now claim, okay, she's not living, we have to sell, we must sell this house, and you look at the abusive woman that you married because you did not watch out for character before including her on the title deed. Now, one common factor that I noticed with ladies and men who lose their properties to their spouses, or those that put the names of their spouses on their documents, are men and women who have been majorly isolated from family and friends. Now, there is an abuse called isolation that people don't understand. Now, Merriam-Webster defines this isolation as detachment from others, often involuntarily, the state of one who is alone. Collins Dictionary defines it as a state of feeling alone without friends or help. Now, this is the problem. When you marry someone who, listen, a healthy relationship, as it matures, slowly you and your partner begin to grow into each other's lives, meaning you meet and socialize with each other's family and friends while still enjoying your quality time together. But now you are with a partner who insists on as much one-on-one time as possible. One-on-one should be part of any long-term relationship. But when all of your time is spent solely with your partner to almost the total exclusion of other relationships, it could be a sign of isolation, someone trying to isolate you. This can be romantic at the beginning, but it's always a cover to what is coming, an increasing amount of control and domination. It calls you 10 times a day, where are you, what are you doing? It feels very romantic that he cares. Now comes part 2, where your partner refuses to interact with your family and friends. Their families and friends are important and part of your life. An abuser will actively avoid those relationships. How? Whenever you want to see family, they will say they are not available, or something happened, or I'm coming and something happened. And at times when they meet your friends, they will be unpleasant. They will just be frowning. They will just isolate themselves there, and your friends will know that this is not friendly. You will now have to start making excuses that, and he's a very friendly person, and she's a very nice person. Maybe today something just happened. You will start making excuses for them, for their attitude when they meet your friends. This is a tactic. It is manipulation and gaslighting, because it now starts detaching you, manipulating you, causing problems in your other relationships, and at the end of the day now pulls you into also avoiding those friends, as they will tell you that, look at these people that they are not are these your friends? And suddenly it might even take a spiritual dimension, telling you that these people, they have bad spirits. And very soon you will find yourself to start excluding yourself from friends that have been, that did not initiate you into witchcraft, that did not take your property, they did not do anything to you. Suddenly you met your friend, and you met a lover, and your friends have now become a taboo. Now you are with a partner that is married, and they start inventing reasons why you should not see your family. I remember one that the man would wake up and would always say that he had a dream and a white cat was sitting in their parlor when their mother-in-law was around. it was always a, one cat. Eventually he said, no, it's ever since your mother came to this house that this cat, they will take you to one phony and fake spiritual house, and those ones will oil it, and before you know, you yourself will start being afraid of your mother, who did not isolate you, or who did not give you witchcraft until after you married. They didn't give you witchcraft as a child. The cat did not eat you. All through the time you were growing up. It is not when you are now a full adult and a mother of your own that they now want to start initiation. Okay, that is always with a stroke of genius. This one, each time that they hear that you plan to spend time with friends or family, each time that you make the plans, then suddenly that day now tells you that what is going on, that he has already booked one event for the two of you. He didn't make anything clear. There was no event until after you said that you want to hang out with this person, or you want to go and see a family member. They just fix an event for that same time, that same day, and tell you that no, this is very important that we go together. And that is how each time you want to go, something must always happen. Is either he has an event for that day that you people must go to, or she has an event. It would always be on that day that you have scheduled to be with your family or your friends. You should start seeing the patterns of manipulation. The fourth step is when the partner uses jealousy and guilt trips you. It's called emotional manipulation to isolate you. It's very effective. They make you feel guilty because you enjoy spending time with friends, family, and they now tell you that you care for your friends more than you care for them. That you're always laughing and you spend more time with them, and this and that nobody really loves you, cares for you, understands you like they do. And they become, that jealousy is a very powerful tool. So after some time, you start feeling like, okay, let me spend less time with your friends and more time with them. They always guilt trip you for going out to meet with your family or friends. There must be a balance in your relationship. You must have a balance with your family and friends, and also a balance with your spouse and your children. When you spend too much time with friends and family that would choke your own marriage and children, you have a problem. And then when you spend so much time with your immediate family that you are now totally cut off from the outside world, there is a problem as well. You have to be balanced. It is very important when you should know when you are out of balance. And lastly is when those partners insist on knowing all your passwords. When they insist, I know my wife's password, but I forget because I don't really go to her phone or anything. She knows my password, but she also forgets because we really don't have.
It's not important.
It's not important. It's not an important venture. Passwords do not put money in my. But when they are insisting because they want to check your social media, they want to check your this. Anytime it becomes an issue that they must know your password, it is a controlling tactic. Now, this is where I need you to understand. I had to show you the various steps of isolation. Now, there are two major purposes for an isolation. According to the Center of Disease Control, not in Nigeria, we have one anyway, the act of separating sick individuals with a contagious disease from healthy individuals without the same disease is the first. It is a health issue. That is to protect the general public from exposure to contagious diseases. Right. That is the first reason for isolation, and that is totally biological. It is to protect. The second reason for isolation is used as a means of torture for enemy combatants, to get information, how to break their will, to make them submissive mentally, and it is mind control. Now, when you bring isolation into relationships, In 2019, there was a study by the Journal of Gerontology, and in the study, they interviewed 11,000 people. Scientists found that those who reported high levels of social isolation had above average decline in cognitive function when it came to test of memory recall. It tells you that isolation begins to affect you cognitively, that even your memory begins to fail. For those that don't understand what cognitive function is, let me explain. It means your ability to pay attention to things around you will start dwindling. Your ability to learn something new will start dwindling. Because you are exposed just to the same corner of your house every time. And that is all you see. That is what your brain now pictures every time. So when you see something new, it takes a while for your brain to now adjust. Your ability to make decisions becomes an issue. So it is easy for someone who is isolating you to start making decisions for you.
Right.
That is why isolation is a means of control, because that person starts taking over your life. It affects your ability to visualize and put to words. It's called visuospatial sense. It also affects your ability to solve problems using your memory. So you see that isolation is to break you down, to take over. And when you have people that once they get married, you don't see them again,
that's a red flag.
It is a red flag. Fathers have lost daughters, mothers have lost sons. When they marry to this person, suddenly they don't see their children again. You will call. At times you call, instead of your daughter to pick the phone, it is the man that picks the phone. Hello, she's not around. So the last, it was I think a year ago or 2 years ago, where someone called me that he has not seen, it was a family, that they have not seen their sister for years. In fact, it was so bad that the children of her siblings don't even know her children.
Wow.
These people intentionally move to remote parts of town so that you cannot come and visit them anyhow. They purposely leave out. If everybody is in Yaba, they will now go to like Alaba. They will go to Mowe, because he wants to isolate you. They take you away. So when they came, we now had to, you can't go and report because the person was not missing. You can't go and report because the person is not missing. So I just formed a kidnap. I said this person has been kidnapped. And everybody, when the police went there, when they got to the house, the fence was so high that you could not even see the building inside. It was a bungalow. They banged and knocked on the gate. They came back. That, Oga, this one they will have to go, without a warrant. You can't just bust in.
Very true.
Eventually, the police were successful. Brought the man, and the family. They were now looking at their sister. The sister became hostile. Why did you go? Why did the police come? Is it because she just became hostile? This is your mother, your sisters and brothers, everybody sitting there, and the first thing you do is to become hostile. People that haven't seen. Then her son came. Her son did not even know his uncles and aunties. It was at Zone 2 that day. That was where the son, who is now a pharmacist, graduated, did not know his uncle. He did not even, it was there he met his cousin.
Wow.
And she insisted that there was nothing wrong. So, there was nothing we could do. That she's with her husband. Then the husband said, one time, the reason he doesn't come to see him was one time when he went to see them, the way they looked at him, as if, he doesn't have money and all that. So he just sat down. Okay, you can sit down. Why is their daughter also sitting down? He just sat down in his house. So, okay, no problem. but can the daughter be coming to? It was so terrible. The woman, when the mother brought a picture of her before marriage and brought a picture after marriage, it was almost not the same person.
Wow.
Now, listen, isolation is one way of always getting the spouse to do what they want. So when you find these people who give their properties in the name of in their spouse, these people who their spouses easily take what they have, you will find out that a lot of them were isolated people. People who no longer, people don't really see them around. So it's when the man now suddenly says he's no longer interested or something happens. Next thing, the man leaves with everything. Then the woman, who has not seen her family in donkey years, the family don't know what it is. She'll now start telling them the stories. And everybody will be like, So this has been going on. Some would even use religion, like the one that happened, I think, in the north, where somebody reached out to me. It was all over Facebook. The man locked his wife in an inner room. He is a pastor, and the wife does not see daylight.
That's more or less like
she's always inside. Until one day I said they should, what should they do? I said they should report. In fact, if I know, I will break down the door and enter. Why would I not see my sister? They said, the man said if anybody comes, it is his house. Oh, they did not. They were so gentle. They were gentle people, prim and proper. They were brought up the right way. They didn't raise us up the right way. So eventually it was the neighbors. When they brought out this girl, her skin coloration, when sunlight had not touched her skin, it was like a vampire. She died. Eventually.
Of course,
she
mentally.
In her room was a pan where the man would bring food to her, the toilet, and that was it. He would say that she was fasting, that she was doing some kind of fasting. That's what the man said, that they were waiting on the Lord, that they fast and pray a lot, and that's why the loss of weight, because the woman looked skinny. By the time she came out, she was speaking in another language. She died about 2 weeks after. Wow. It was all over. Somebody even put me on Insta blog. Because when I saw the picture, I said, I told these people to break in 2 years ago. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you're in a relationship where there is isolation, you should know that it is preparation for manipulation. Titles. Women, you buy your house, whoever pays for it, you put their names there. It is not cheating. That is what is it called? A receipt is. To the buyer, the person who paid for it, let their names be there. Only for women if this man already has given you an inheritance. He bought a property and put Mr. and Mr. Fred and Miss Chikwe Valentine. When you already say, okay, when the man has done that, you too, if God blesses you, you buy a property, you should also reciprocate. Be careful of tradition, because they will tell you, what your husband, it doesn't matter. Just be careful of religion, and these two are one. That's what they keep telling you. But when the woman loses all, where are those people that told her? I always ask, where are they now? They are nowhere to be found. They know how to lead people astray. And this is why I have come to despise religion and tradition. Whenever they bring it into any matter, know that the victim is about to lose. You will never see where tradition or religion will come to the aid of the victim. It is always to the aid of the abuser. I've told you, you will not see. All clergy that I've seen at the police station is to come and plead for the abuser, not for the victim. Tradition will tell you, and that is how it is. In fact, in some traditions, the woman cannot even own property. Talk less of putting her name in you cannot even inherit property. I don't know whether it is not even in the Bible. It is not in any religion that prohibits a woman from owning property or for putting her name in it. It is nowhere. So where do this Tradition is always from men. You need to understand. And it will favor men because men began the tradition. Every tradition is man-made. And by man-made, it means the gender, man, because the male are the dominant voices in any society. Their strength, the military strength, their economic strength is always by the activities of men. So men always make the rules, and it will always favor them. Let me stop here. 7:47.
Wow. In case you don't know, interesting. I mean, the points you made just got me quiet and thinking and running my mind back and forth. And it just seems to be something that happens every now and then in our society. And then when you see someone going through it, you're wondering, you ask them, how are you feeling? And the answer is always, they are fine. You, but they're not fine. So people don't reach out on time.
There's a lady in Ajah here. The land belonged to the husband. The wife built a school. I think it's on 3 plots of land. She wanted to build a school, and the husband kept saying, Shebi, I have land. Use, why don't you, instead of you going to buy. And she had a little hesitation because somebody like me told her the truth that, come, it is your school. The moment your school is on another person's land, it becomes
their school.
Because it is the owner of the land. Carry your school. Carry your school from the land now. Abishebi, you can carry the school from the land. Now she's with nothing. The man claims everything. Just took the documents there. The court, you need to understand. You cannot put this headache, ignorance, on a court to start. She built the school. Carry the school from the land. The man will say he wants to use his land.
And it doesn't matter how long the property has been on that land.
It does. Title, once it is your name on the title, you can give it to your children's children. It outlives you. There are some parcels here that we have that belong to grandfather, father, and now to son. It outlives you.
Most definitely.
So, okay, it is well. Let me be quiet for now.
I'm sure you want to take phone calls anytime soon.
Let them come.
Okay, so you guys have listened to Barrister. He's talking about issues surrounding property and why women, when you get married, remember your property, should have your name. And men out there, yes, we know it's a male-dominated world, but don't be too controlling. I mean, he has said everything. He has more to say. So you want to talk to him? The phone line is officially open. Yes, I should open the phone line.
Yes.
Okay. So 0201-2770-993. That's for men. Women, you can call 0201-465-7190. Barrister Olumide is here to answer all your questions. Please keep it within the confines of the conversation. And you know him; he doesn't take nonsense. So if you guys go somewhere else, he will probably reduce it back to steps. So please stay with the phone lines are buzzing already. So let's answer this one. Hello, 99.3. Good morning. What's your name and where you calling from? Okay, Godwin from Ibadan. Barrister Olumide is here. Listen to you.
Yes. For the story of putting properties, maybe the best way is to either build property or put the name of the spouse and the children in case of intensity. But an event happened in my own place. A friend of mine came from London, and when he told me his story, and I wanted to learn or let Barrister share more light on that, the man I think they have the property together with the wife, a police officer, and then later on, the wife started, maybe because of one or two issues that they have, the woman started tactically, stylishly seize everything from the man and started threatening the man with all these fetish and juju things and all. And the man have to say, if that is the case, I have left everything for you. He left and relocated to where I stay then. And then he stayed there. As time goes on, years back, then later on, the woman died. Before the woman died, she has put the property's name in the name of the child, the only child, son they have. Now, when the woman died and the child took over the whole thing, he called the father and said, my mother is gone. this thing that you people are fighting about, I'm not in Nigeria, I'm in Canada. I can't even manage it. I can't be in Canada and still be managing. So you are also, my father, take the whole thing. You can see how God turned around the whole situation around. He now said, take it. It is your own property now, since my mom has gone. So sometimes we look at it as if maybe it is by force, by fire, if not the court case. The other way around, God does some kind of natural situation might just turn things around. That is what I observe. I don't know whether
okay. Let me, because of time, you have one case of which involved somebody dying.
He has dropped the line.
Yes, it involved somebody dying. So will you be willing to die so that your property can go back to another? I can show you, you have one case, and when you say maybe God, you see, you need to put away God from, so is it like God killed the woman so that the man can inherit the property?
There's always a question.
You know, is it that God killed somebody to make somebody property? God is not interested in property because, you know, they say the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. It's one plot of land he will be killing somebody for. It doesn't make sense. We have so many people that have lost everything. And now, look at the property they're even talking about. This man too might be too old to enjoy the property.
To even start with.
Yeah, to where when his son is already, you know, he might also be too old to enjoy his property. Is it now that he too will now start wanting to go and visit? Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay, more calls coming through. Advisor, you have your hands full today.
Yeah,
Hello, 99.3. This has dropped. In case you are missing the lines, 0201 2770 993. That's for gentlemen. And for ladies, 0201 465 7190. We're talking about landed property and how it favors the spouse. Barrister Olumide is here to answer all your questions. Men, when you buy property for yourself, that's for you. Buy for your wife, I like to bring your wife's name. Am I wrong here, Barrister? When a man buys property for his wife and he puts it in his own name, is he really for her?
I have someone who bought a car as a gift for at the wife's birthday, but the title was the man's name. You bought a car on her birthday, gave her the keys, and when she checked the vehicle license, it was in the name of the husband. Let's go ahead.
Okay, so more calls coming through. Barrister, are you ready for
yes,
a lot of calls?
Yeah.
Hello, 97.3. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Yes, good morning. Barrister Olumide is here. Listen to you.
Barrister, good morning.
Good morning, sir. We thank God. And yours?
Fine, sir. For me, please.
Thank you very much, sir. Go ahead.
The question I want to ask you, sir, is that what do you think should be the percentage of the time you spend with your family, with your immediate family, and the time you spend with your extended family and friends? Is there a percentage to it?
There isn't any percentage to that.
Okay, no, we'll answer your question. Let's do a quick break, and we'll come back on this.
Right.
It's bigger, yummier.
To take that break, like they say, you have to go and pay some bills so that the station can run. Barrister Olumide is still here. He was answering one of our callers. I don't know. Do you remember?
Yeah, he said what percentage? There is no percentage in life. You talk about percentage when you are talking of maybe a chemical composition. What is the percentage of water in blood or what? For man, it is will, intention. Today I want to go out. There is no percentage of wanting to go out. How many times should I go out in a week? It's whenever you feel like. When you have the freedom. Oh, I want to go and see mommy. My mother. Oh, okay, I beg. Let me give mama this 20,000 naira. Oh, yeah, buy banana. It is will. For human beings, it is will and consent. Whenever you want to go, you are free to go. There will be no hindrance, no whatever. That is how it is. Whenever you want to go out with friends. Do you know I push my wife out because I'm not very interested at times. This work. I push her out to go and meet her friends. And you people, okay, I'll pay for hotel. You go to your friends,
relax
go
and leave me alone for a
and
while.
come back tomorrow. And if the woman just doesn't want to go anywhere.
That's what love does. That keeps it very close.
She has to go.
Your callers are buzzing seriously,
let's
so let's
go.
answer them. All right. Hello, 99.3. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
My name is Sunday calling from Malika.
Okay, please go ahead, Sunday. Please
I
chime.
want to
Yeah.
ask
Go ahead.
one
Go ahead.
question. If let's assume husband and wife put their name to as the benefit, and the court happens to know that the property belongs to the two of them, what can the court do? Can they value the property, how much the property worth, and then share it into two to favor the woman or the man instead of going empty-handed? That's my question. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. God bless you too. So, in cases where the property is in Mr. and Mrs., the property is always shared. However, at times you find that one spouse never contributed anything. In fact, the person may have bought the property before they even got married. And on marriage, there was a gentleman and he went to change. I said, why? That wasn't the priority. But he said, he did something and it became Mr. and Mrs. I don't have no problem with that. They will share it. But the issue is that when the owner of the property, the real owner, does not want to sell,
Then what happens?
you are forced to sell and share it. You lose 50% of the value. Do you understand? You lose. So it's not as if, but when you now, for the woman, when the name is now totally in the man's name, you've lost 100%. For the man, when it is totally in the name of the woman, you've lost 100%. When you put Mr. and Mrs., it is shared.
Shared.
Do you understand? But so you are forced to sell or to demarcate or to just 50% of the value. You are forced to do that. Then there are times the woman now says she wants to stay there with the children. So you have to move out. The man says, the man takes over. So the woman has to move out, depending on
the arrangement.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll continue from there. Don't go away. It's still 99.3. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Yeah, 99.3. Bryce Olumide is still here and answering those calls. Do you remember your trail of thoughts?
No, I was answering the question. The next.
Okay. More calls are coming. Let's answer this one. Hello, 99.3. Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? All right, blessing from my. Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
I've said it before that only what is called marriage. You see, sharing of a property, I don't know, because there's a lot of ignorance in the head of men that way. You see, husband and wife, they can share their body, they have access to their body freely. So when they come to, let me see, sleeping with one another at home, do they share their body? They have the ability to allow each other to have access to their body, but they don't have that same way to allow them to.
Wow. Okay, so we dropped that call dropped. Maybe his airtime finished. We think so, maybe.
Our network.
Okay, the network. And the network has been a bit shaky.
Very,
recently.
in fact.
All right, more callers coming through. Let's answer this one. Hello, 99.3. Good morning. You are.
Your birth certificate.
I'm telling you. Yeah, Barrister is here to answer your calls.
All right, let's go straight to it. Hello.
He called my whole names. All right, go ahead, Uche.
You have a time with your family more than going outside with the other people chatting outside. What are those people, those wicked women, those people that marry wicked women? Because when they go to house, their wife will mention them, they are not, they will not laugh, they will not laugh. That's why they prefer to go outside and chat with their friends.
What do they do? So there's a wicked woman. When you see their husband, when you see the owner of the house, they fall in the trap. How do they do?
So when you say there are some wicked, I understand, but there are also some wicked men. So I did not tell you that you should go home and spend time only with your home. I said there has to be a balance. You must have a healthy relationship with your family and friends, and also have a healthy relationship with your extended family, your sisters, brothers, your father, your mother, and all. There must be a balance. I never said you should not spend time with your extended family, your parents and your siblings. I didn't say that. I said you must balance it. Everybody must be able to have a cake. Part of the cake. All right, thank you.
So again,
You know, no woman has called.
I was wondering how come.
No woman has called.
I'm sure we'll take a break in 1 minute. So you have 1 more minute before we take a break, and I see the calls buzzing through. So
What about, are they on WhatsApp?
well, they are okay. Yes, WhatsApp lines in case. So I didn't call the WhatsApp line. So it's 080-959-75805. Again, 080-95-975805. So if you're too shy to call, you can at least drop a message, and then we'll read it out, and then you're part of this conversation. Barrister Olumide is here talking about landed property and making sure that while you say you do and you love each other, don't let that thing make you not make the right decision. I don't know if I'm wrong or right.
That was right.
All right, so we've got a quick break, and when we come back, calls are still waiting. So we'll answer them and then follow through. Is there something you want to say before?
No, let's go.
Okay. All right, we'll be right back. Don't go away. Barrister, calls are coming through. Let me answer this one again for you. Hello, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Hello.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning. What's the name and where you calling from?
Below.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Why Gondi?
Well, one day is on our way.
Good. This collab for this morning, DJ Kekireo.
When motivator means what? What did they call me?
I'm telling you, this collab for I beg, nothing today.
All right.
I want to say hi to you guys.
All
Thank
right,
you
then.
very much.
Thank you very much.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Yeah, I mean, interesting. They're one of our great fans. More calls coming through. Let's answer this one. Hello, 99.3. Hello. Give us a call back in case you're missing the lines. 0201-2770-993. Again, 0201-2770-993. Ladies, you can call 0201-465-7190. If you're too shy, you can give us a WhatsApp, drop a WhatsApp message 0809-597-5805. Barrister Olumide is here to answer all your questions, talking about landed property and how we create a balance within, you love someone, you want to do everything, but always remember, there's always a legacy to protect. All right, hello, 99.3. Hello, 99.3. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah. He's here.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for this
Okay.
You have 1 minute.
You have 1 minute before we go on the break. We have 1 minute before we go on the break.
That's telling you to.
Wow. He has dropped the call.
Let's move on.
Let's move to the next one
Yeah.
very quickly before our break time comes. Okay, I think it's calling back. Let's see. Hello, 99.3. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Robert. I don't know your name or that moderator. I don't know your name.
My name is Onyeka Valentine.
Yes, sir.
The rate at which
The two hours of your program is too much. When you are talking to us before you know this man have done about like 20 times today. Let's listen to you now.
Tell them.
sometimes I just wait my radio from Nigeria. Every minute I have not listening to what you are talking. You are talking something that is visible to us. Every minute, I so much now.
I beg, no vex, because we are working on it. He was actually trying to work on it. That's, but it is well.
And as much as we have to say it, we actually have more adverts coming up. so you have to pardon us. That's exactly what pays the bill. So we'll probably have to go in another 20 seconds and we'll come back again. Isn't it so?
Now, wow.
All right, we'll be right back. Don't go away. Sometimes, on live radio, you just have to play that has been set for you. So please pardon us and don't tune away. Stay with us. We still give you that which you need. 99.3 Nigeria Info, #1 talk station. All right, Pastor Lumide.
Yes, calls.
The calls are finally over. They are tearing the roof. So let's take them. Hello, 99.3.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
My name is Rebecca. I greet you.
Greetings, sir.
I will stand up and complain if they are doing that bad. All of us know that we cannot capable to send for 2,000 or 1,000 to Nigeria Info to take to buy diesel. How do they buy diesel? Let me tell you, our people don't say they have no choice. Anyhow we see it, as we are hearing it small. You must understand because diesel, you know how much you buy diesel? Before I used to pour my jet every day. There's no life. Now I ration it. But we just see people who help us to do all this thing. We are still complaining.
What's the name of that?
Let us contribute money, everybody with your own. Let us buy this and give them. And let them remove out the bag. That's for my own.
That we usually do here. Okay, so this reminds me of I beg to differ.
It does.
Argument for and
And
against. Thank you very much. You're actually right, because if they don't pay bills,
Then we can sustain the
then
station.
we can sustain. Thank you very much.
Thank you for understanding and for speaking on our behalf. More calls are here, so let's jump into them. Hello, 99.3.
Good morning, Mr. Brand.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Femi. I'm calling from Elegushi. Morning good to you,
Morning good to you. Morning good to you too, sir. Thank you.
I am very much
The last caller, your advert is what is feeding the station, making maintenance and every other thing. That is the essence. Let me explain to that man. When you do that advert, is not for free. It is advert that they are paying money for advert, so that they advertise to people. Then they from them make money to buy diesel.
Okay. Yes, sir. I don't want us. I understand, sir, but I don't want us to focus on this.
no problem. Let us go to the main point.
Yes, sir.
A woman living in a house who has children and the children have grown up and they have left the house, and the situation comes in that the woman is not allowing either of the family to come for visit, and suddenly the man died and he has no will, he did not write will. What in a situation of that marriage, what will happen?
The man dies and his family members cannot come to the house.
When the man was alive, the woman has been chasing people. He doesn't let anybody come in. Only yourself and the husband alone in the house. And they have children. The children grown up and they are outside.
So if the man is dead, who are the family members coming to see? When he was alive, they were not allowed. Is it when he's dead that they will now start coming? The problem is if it is allowed, if the man or the woman allows their spouse to drive away their family members, that as you are married now, your house now becomes a place you cannot go because of the person your husband or your wife chose to marry, and you allow it. There was a time that there was a case that the mother came from Abuja, and as she got to Lagos at night, the wife said, she didn't tell us that she was coming. So we are not ready for you. And the husband the husband came back late to hear that the mother came and has gone to stay at another person's place. And he was asking the mother, why are you? The mother said, I came to your house, your wife did not allow me in. The man went, and it's not possible. The following day, you know, the man called and said, you know, and he just patched over, and ever since then, this is their 11th year in marriage. No family member has come because he did not resist it at the beginning. There are some things you must stop immediately. The moment it happens, it has to end. Once you allow it, and that is your end. I can't even imagine. Nobody can try that with some. I don't understand. Val, I even know it is impossible for Val. Because when Val's mom was sick, would one woman now tell you, no.
I had 100%.
It will change from Val the motivator to Val the terminator.
We pray it doesn't.
That what? My mother should not enter here because of what? But your own parents are living here. And it happens so many times that I think it was 2 months ago, the wife's sister was living in the house. But the husband's sister who came to do NYC in Lagos, the wife did not allow that one stay in the house. But the wife's sister was staying there. The wife's mother also came to do Omuku, but none of the husband's family, and it was okay. The husband said he didn't like it too, so your sister will now be going to look for, and if anything that happens to her, meanwhile her brother is in Lagos, but she had to be going to squat some. I don't understand how people do it. I wish you all the best.
Well, as he gets to wish you the best, we also have to wish Wanda the best, and she showed up in the studio. Wanda, are you okay?
Yes, I am.
All right. No trouble. It's part of it.
What you do?
She'll be fine, eh?
Yes, now.
But I hope you're
for me.
At least,
You're looking
yes.
at me. Also, there's.
All right. So Wanda, you take it from here, right? All right. Your calls are coming through. So, Bryce Olumide.
Thank you, Val.
No troubles.
It was
No troubles.
a fantastic combo.
I'm always late.
Thank you very much.
All right, then enjoy the show.
God bless. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, go on.
Good morning, sir. Amen. And you too, sir.
You know that what you just told us to do happened to my own uncle. My uncle owned a transport company, but on the document of company. So I'm really blessed to be barrister. What you told us to do can I open it?
Thank you very much, sir. God bless. I appreciate it.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Just as I was saying earlier, very
In marriage, in marriage, you can see actually so ignorant to the extent that it does not even recognize, you have a regard for your fellow partner. Now, a man can allow his wife, or his wife can allow his husband to have access to his body freely, without no arguing or fighting against one another. But when it comes to love, when it comes to physical things, property, you can't allow your husband, your wife to have access to whatsoever you have. Now, which is more important, your body or the physical thing which a man do see? Which is important? Is it your body? Is the property more important than your body you allow your wife to have access to?
Okay, so I need you to round up. What is the moral of your story? You have 10 seconds, sir. 10 seconds. Thank you very much, sir. I think thank you very much for calling.
We had to miss that one. Okay, this is a message, Barrister. I think you need to hear this. And it says, "Good morning, Barrister. So I experienced one of this drama last year. The family of a man gave half a plot of land to their first son years back to start and build his home after when this same family, parents of the man, advised them not to rent an apartment. The wife of the man earns more and was able to build a home on their land. Now they are planning on relocating to abroad, UK. The wife wanted to lease the house and use the money made from the lease to be used to take care of the parents of the man. But instead, the parents of the man already had planned to sell the land with the house, but the woman did not want to sell her home."
That is a fantastic description of conflict of interest. Somebody owns the land, somebody owns the house. So who do you think would get their wish? The person with the land. Because they will tell you, okay, carry your house, come out my land. I won't use my land. Can you actually do that? You can't. So stop building on other people's property. If you want to build on your own land. It's always very messy. Very few people get away with it. Very few.
Here's another message from Mohammed, and he says, "Women and men most time are very greedy to let go of property. It's better for a husband to buy property separately for their wife in her name than in joint purchase." What do you have to say about that?
Whichever one rocks your boat.
Okay, we have to go on a quick break, and when we come back, we are still here, still Relationship 360. My name is Wendy, and I sincerely apologize for being late today. Don't go nowhere.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Well, it's such an honor to have you here as always from 7:30 to 9 a.m. I just say 7:30, from 7 o'clock to 9 a.m. on Relationship 360 here on your number one talk station. My name is Wonderful, but you can call me Wendy, and I sincerely apologize for being late today. So, Barrister, before we went on the break, we were taking phone calls. Do you want us to go back to that?
Yes, let's just go straight to the phone.
Sorry, so when you call, please, you have just 1 minute.
Just 1 minute, please go straight to the point.
Because a lot of people want to see a lot of things today. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Pastor Ladipo.
So go on, Pastor Ladipo.
As regards this isolation, when you have a situation where the woman does not want to see her family people, she's the one that does it. The husband has done everything. Even sometimes when the man insists that he invites the family people, she will not allow them in. Now, something now happens along the line. The family of this woman is now holding this man. Seriously, the case that I'm talking to you now is still ongoing. They are holding the man so seriously that the man is the one or is the cause of the woman's challenge. So in this situation, what do you do? Here you are forcing.
Sorry. Hello, can you hear me? Where is the woman herself? Is she alive? She's late. Okay. So we had a case like that. The woman died. Yes, please cut off here. The woman died in childbirth, and the woman herself had told her husband. First of all, isolation is involuntary. The moment it becomes voluntary, that means it is the person that decided to cut off. It is not isolation, it is a decision. Every isolation is an involuntary activity. So if it is the person that cut off from family, there is nothing. There's nothing that can be. It cannot be called isolation. Now the woman has refused to. Why are they holding the man? Is it that the man killed the woman? They have to prove it. These are funny issues, especially when it is the person who is late that voluntarily isolated herself. You will be aware of some incidents. There was one that we did. It was because as a child, her father molested her sexually. So as she grew up, she left the house and never came back. And the father was always trying to now come and play father. It's my grandchildren. I want to come and see my grandchildren. So when the woman passed on, the father now held the husband that it was because of him, until some of us came into the matter and revealed that she was a victim of spousal, her father almost an incest. So the man, it's nothing to be afraid of for me. If I were the one, I would just do a video with my wife that, oh yeah, tell in this video that you are the one that says you don't want to see your family. I will call them. It is your daughter. It is not me, or I have no hand in it. So I would have cleared myself. I will put it on conference call or whatever and record it that, Daddy, Mommy, I have told she's the one that says she doesn't want to come, and I will have it on my archive. So in case some of these things come up, especially from bitter families, when you marry into a family that you yourself know that is a problem family, you just pad up yourself. So in case in future anything happens, you just show everybody.
Well, this is Joseph from Sudbury, and he says, my wife and I have been separated since December 2024. She eventually left Lagos and moved to Edo State to avoid any confrontation with her creditors. Ever since, I've been taking care of the 2 children we both have alone. Now she's back. She has refused to split the bills with me, insisting I set up a business for her to enable her to give her own support. Please, sir, what do I do?
There are some fantastic questions. Someone who is capable of starting a business by herself is insisting that you must start a business for her so that she will use the business you start up for her to now start giving you back. It doesn't make sense. You that married the person, you find a way to deal with the situation. And one of the beautiful ways to deal with situations is to learn to say no. When you said she traveled from creditors.
Yes.
That means she was owing people money,
Yes,
and she ran away. She now used you as collateral, and now she's back to collect on the collateral itself. Does that make sense to you, sir?
Okay, let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello. Oh. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? I think there's something wrong with the female line. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Point. Yes, sir.
It's late. They have a property, share the property among the children. One of the children, the mother has married to another husband and have children there. So this my uncle late, the mother of that beneficiary sick, and he has the brother and sister from another father to be taking care of the mother with the proceeds from the share of this property. The mother too died. The owner of the benefit, the beneficiary of the property too, later died. The brother and sister from another father many claims to the property, while the brother and sister of the boy from the father side laying claims property. What is the position of the law in this system? Thank you, sir.
I would not make it a position of law. I will make it a position of common sense. The property was from their father to the children. If any child dies and the child, the father, the person that died does not have a child, does not have any descendant. Has it dropped?
Yes, dropped.
First of all, it should be to the child of the beneficiary. But let's say he doesn't have any child, it will go back to the family, his immediate family. How can somebody whose father never gave him want to now inherit what was in fact the family even has no business in laying any claim to that?
I think there's something wrong with the female
Then
line.
please let the
So
females
please,
call the male line. Now, everybody
should
call the male line.
And
Yes.
It's 0201 277 0993. 0201 277 0993.
One more time.
0201 277 0993.
Thank you very much.
So, Barrister, they're also asking for your own number. So,
Oh, I would give that as the.
well, this
I
is
was wondering that no woman, and because this concerns
women
women
a lot.
majorly, yeah.
as well. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello.
Ah, hallelujah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning. So go on.
Go ahead.
Go on.
That is what I'm really facing right now. And Barrister, I don't know if it's possible for me to even see you one-on-one myself, please.
Okay, today must be your lucky day because today is the purple curtain. At 12 noon to 3 p.m., I will be at number 14 Ogunlano Drive, Surulere, where everyone can come ask your questions. It is a totally question and answer time, and I would answer. 12 noon. Okay, I will be waiting for you. By God's grace. Thank you, ma'am.
Please call only the male line. The female line is not working. Good. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay.
Please go ahead.
You have expressed by the caller happens. The gift, the assets returns back to the estate. And usually in Lagos State, all assets like that revert to the office of the chief judge of the state. So such a family must apply for letters of administration forwarding the names of those they feel can administer the estate. Anybody who tampers with that estate has committed a criminal offense. My name is Olajide Abiodun. I'm the Vice Chairman in the Ekorodu branch.
Ogami, I was trying to pick that voice. I said this person came to oppress me on my program. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your contribution. Fantastic and very apt.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello. Good morning. Okay, so nice to meet you.
Thank
Go
God.
on.
Good morning.
You know, my brother, my evil brother, they will marry a wife and say, don't work. And then they buy properties and then they ask you, at the end of the day, they will tell the wife, you were not working, you are not this, and then everything is in his name. And most times, it's like it's a taboo for them to have a will. And then the brothers come in and take it, whatever is left, and then between them their own children. I think you will have to do another episode or, another session of asking them on how to protect their families, especially when the wife is asked not to work.
Okay, Soma, very well. I included this in my discussion when I said in some areas you are not allowed to even have property. You cannot inherit property and it cannot be devolved to you. This is the issue. When you want to marry women, there are some traditions that are dangerous for you to marry into.
You are the wife and they are the brother, and they pretend to love him while he's alive.
Yes. It is what I'm telling you. It is a tradition. What you see is a situation, but it is actually a tradition that everything will now revolve back to his brothers, his sisters, and even his. Remember, remember the late Ojukwu? He had a stroke, and Bianca, I think it was 2012? He had a stroke, and Bianca took him to the UK for treatment. Before they came back from the trip, his brothers had already taken over his house in Ikoyi and all his properties. As big as Ojukwu was, the case was just resolved, was it last year or 2 years ago in April, where it was in court, and Ojukwu has sons. Even his sons were not allowed. His brothers, he has a brother that is an accountant, architect, a professor, educated people took over his house, his properties in Ikoyi. Before he came back,
they're telling a lot of them. They will look at me and they say, "Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. Thank you."
It is well. It is a tradition. It is a tradition. Listen, when it begins to happen over time, the same thing, then it is no longer a mistake. It is not a coincidence. Lightning cannot strike twice on the same spot. Then it is no longer a coincidence. It becomes a normal, a tradition. You need to sort that out before you marry. I am telling you. Oh, I have to go now. You need to sort it out before you marry, not after you marry. Before you marry, it must be there. It must be agreed on. If there is no agreement, don't worry, we will handle that. No, handle it now. If you cannot, listen, there are many fish in the ocean. Go into a home that you will not have problem in your later years, where your children will not have to be struggling with uncles that are ready to kill them. Thank you very much, everyone. I have to start rounding up now. Thank God that at least women were able to call. I didn't know that the female line was bad. Last week, a widow, Mrs. Alabi, called into this program to tell us about her simple husband who lost everything to family. He grew up using all his money to take care of family, and now when he did not have, she is alone. Lost everything. The man died. The people he raised, the people he trained, none of them are even looking at her side. So I reached out to her, we spoke, and I asked her, listen, we don't really have money to, and she wasn't really looking for a handout. I asked her what she does. She makes sweaters. She knits, making sweaters, sportswears for schools and organizations, and she's based in Ikorodu. I asked her for pictures of what she has done, and she sent me so many pictures of school wares, of, but the issue is that business, at times it goes up and down. Please, I want to ask and plead. This time, let us support a widow who is single-handedly raising her children. Please, you can reach out to me. I will give you her number. For those of you in corporate organizations, schools, you want to do your sweaters, and you can ask. She will bring a sample of what she has done. Please give her work. Give her work. We're not asking for, I would like to support her financially as well, because, while we're waiting for work, the person has to live. She's trying. But when you begin to see the consequences, I said, never marry a simple person, a simpleton. Never. They toil for others. So please, if you would like to join me in support to her, she didn't ask me for money, but she's struggling. Business is not, please. She can make sweaters, sportswears, all those things with your logos, all those things that schools and organizations, she knits, she has the machines, she has all that. Please, I need us to support Madam Alabi. You can reach out to me, I'll connect you directly. Today is the Purple Curtain, every third Saturday of the month, from 12 noon to 3 p.m. at number 14 Ogunlano Drive, Surulere. The Purple Curtain is for everyone. It's not just for married, it's for single, it's for young, it's for old. It is free. You are coming in free. You don't pay. It is where you get to meet me in person, ask your questions, and then those who are looking for help, especially in abusive marriages that might want to, have one or two things they might want us to help out. That is the venue to reach me in person. because it's very difficult to, I make myself available every third Saturday, 12 to 3. So please make your way there. For those who are entering buses, Oju Elegba Under Bridge will be a good place for you to navigate, because Napeps there straight to Ogunlano Drive, number 14. It is a corner piece. It is at the beginning of the street, so you are not even very visible. Well, on a good note, it was brought to my attention that one of followers of this program, Mrs. Adenike Ajayi, nominated me for the Gani Fawemi Impact and Integrity Awards. That's GFIIA, for the Outstanding Impact Award. I never really heard of it before, but she was rallying people to vote for me as well. I want to appreciate you, Mrs. Adenike Ajayi, for that, and may God bless you. And in this light, if someone is going around to mobilize for you, even though you don't know about it, then you should be able to join and support yourself. So please, if you think I'm deserving of the nomination, please, I think it is a site. It's Gani Fawemi Awards. And also, you could, if you think I'm deserving of it, you could also vote for me. Thank you, Madam Adenike. I really appreciate you. I think she said Outstanding Impact Award. I think they do that. Said every 10th of December they do the awards. They count. I think nomination stops in August or something like that. So the Gani Fawemi Award. Thank you. If for those who want to watch a replay of this, you can check my YouTube, and you would at the Gnosis Help Initiative. That is Gnosis, GNOSIS, Help Initiative. The Gnosis Help Initiative on YouTube. You can watch today's show and previous programs where I talk on different topics for you to be able to recap on this and also share with your people. I think by this evening it will be loaded up there. My phone number is 0909 3214 942. 0909 3214 942. One more time, 0909 3214 942. Please, for calls and WhatsApp, you can also reach out. Please, we will be closing down for this year very soon. It's always, we do all our best and then stop where we can't go forward. And we always ask, this is a very good soil for you to support. You see what we do, it's very clear. We are not buying private jets. We use what we have to help those that do not have, to fight for those who are victims of domestic violence or abuse and child abuse, mainly child sexual abuse. We do it free of charge for them. We have been doing it for about 23 years now. We rescue them and place in homes. There are some who still have a parent. We sponsor their educations. We put people in safe houses that do not have where to go till they are able to gather themselves and launch out. We really do a lot. And in every center, at least if you go there, you mention us, they will tell you. And I want to appreciate the volunteer network. That is people from across Lagos State who volunteer, every local government who volunteer that want to be part of this network, so that whenever issues happen in that area, we reach out to you for you to help, for you to also show up. The problem with victims of these kinds of abuse is that they have no support. You find women, men who are there and in the police stations or where they are shouted down. You see somebody bleeding, they say, "What did you do? You must have done something to provoke your husband, or the husband too. You must be a man. How can your wife become?" They have no support. This is what the network is for. We support victims, take up their cases, have the offenders prosecuted in cases of rape, also child sexual abuse. And child sexual abuse is so serious, ladies and gentlemen, that it is now more than domestic violence and abuse and gender-based violence put together. Every week we have children sexually abused by neighbors, by family members. I have one of my brothers here in the studio. I think we made an arrest during the week. And we went to, at the gender unit, we saw a woman whose son was sexually assaulted by a neighbor. And in case you don't know, the boy was just 4 years old. It was just this is really serious, and I've been hammering on families. The presence of a father reduces the risk of child sexual abuse in children. Fathers, be active. Teach them sex education. We go around schools free of charge to educate from GSS 1 to SS3, teaching them about violence, how to identify child sexual abuse and predators, and then what to do in case it happens. We would be a very good project for you to support, especially those of us abroad. Also, please don't just listen, support us. Thank you very much. Until Saturday.
Next week Saturday.
No, some people will see me today.
Yes, they'll see you today. And also, they are asking, how can we vote for you for the Ghani Awards?
You just go on the site, Ghani Fawe Emi Awards. You would see their 2025 awards nomination and the different categories. So
which category are you on?
Outstanding Impact Award.
Okay, good. So hope you've gotten that. Thank you for being such an amazing.
And please put Gnosis Help Initiative. It has to be there. GNOSIS. That is our organization.
Okay.
So Gnosis Help Initiative. GNOSIS.
So do well to support the barristers always. And coming up next is the Discuss with Uncle Jimmy. Uncle Jimmy is already here, and you are in for one hell of a ride. It's been awesome to have you here. Don't go nowhere. You're not please at the right time.